you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
All right, it's time for some more fun. We have the Bitcoin halving that is coming up, and to celebrate, Splinterlands is launching its own halving event, Baron's Bounty. We are going to have 2 new promo cards, and I am excited about them, particularly one of them. So let's go look at the cards that you could acquire today. This is launching today. Let's first look at the cards, and I'll explain how you can acquire them. The one I am super excited about is Baron Batt? Batt? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but this one I am stoked about because it looks like a ton of fun. Both of these cards have the halving ability. We don't have very many cards with this ability. This has typically just been promo cards, a very rare ability. It cuts your opponent's attack in half. With the Bitcoin halving, the inflation rate of Bitcoin is being sliced in half. So that's an exciting event in crypto. An appropriate ability here, and a very strong debuff. Cutting your opponent's attack is very, very good. But what I really like about Baron here is it has a nice pairing of abilities to go with that. So it has Scattershot. A lot of times we don't like Scattershot because we can't focus fire. Focus of fire is great when you're trying to deal damage and take out cards quickly. Here we are trying to debuff the cards, so being able to spread out that halving across multiple characters is great. There's currently no backline cleanse, so if you land that ability, on the front card, it can be cleansed. If you land it on a backline card, as long as they don't have immunity and can basically resist it in a way, you can't cleanse that. You can't. It's very difficult to recover if you can spread that halving across a bunch of backline cards, really neuter their damage. So that Scattershot is a great fit. Oh, and Ambush is a great fit as well because you can get an attack in before the battle even starts, essentially. So even though he's got a slow card, you can get that first halving out there quickly, really start decreasing their damage. And then Blind is just a solid ability all around. 15% miss chance, that always feels like 45% when you're going against it, but can definitely be just a solid ability there. I also love it because I want to pair this card with Waka. This can be used. These are dual element cards. This one can be used in Death or Fire. Death has Waka. Waka, I feel like, is really one of the most underrated cards in the game. Gets a bad rap because it was a promo card, kind of like this, that was just an absolute disaster. The promotion didn't go well. It didn't bring a lot of people into Splinterlands. The card was extremely expensive and really didn't live up to its value. But it's still a solid summoner, and we're seeing a lot more Scattershot teams, a lot more use for Scattershot, a lot more Scattershot cards out there, both neutral and death, that can spread poison around too. So now if you use him, you can spread around, not only do the halving debuff, but the poison as well. So you kind of take out their damage so they can't get through your team very quickly. And that gives more time for the poison to work and poison all of the other cards. I think that's really how I'm gonna have fun using this card. This just looks like a perfect pairing for Waka, but I think it can be used with with pretty much any summoner as well. It's just a very, very solid card that looks like a ton of fun to play. That Scattershot can be RNG heavy. It can be frustrating for some, I know, but it can make for some good streaming moments. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming this when it comes out very shortly. And then we have Henling Enforcer, who I think is just a solid card. I don't feel like there's a lot to talk about because the abilities are very straightforward. True aim, can't miss, camo, decent amount of damage. So 4 attack for 6 mana is fairly solid. And then you add in one of the best debuffs in the game. Yeah, that's just an all-around solid card right there. That is the rare one. So how can you acquire these? You can use DEC or credits, and you can reduce the price with vouchers. Vouchers are going to be valued at 50 DEC per voucher. You can have a discount of up to 50%. So the legendary costs 31,250 DEC, 3,125 for the rare. To get enough copies here to max these out, if you do all the math, Henling Enforcer is going to cost about $150 to max out. Baron is going to cost about $200 to max out. But you don't just get the card. This isn't just going and buying a card and getting to play with it. It's also a whole leaderboard competition with lots of other prizes. For each DEC that you spend on this, you have a couple things you can get. First, you can win any of these prizes. Every 10,000 DEC that you spend is basically like a raffle ticket where you can win one of these prizes combined valued up to $100,000. Roonies, card packs, plot tokens. It's definitely some good items in here. And then there's also a leaderboard. So these are random. The leaderboard is not. If you finish in the top $200, 200 players, you get a title, either legendary, epic, or rare, depending on your placement here. And then if you're in the top 20, you also get bonus cards. Seems a little odd to me. If you're in the top 20, you're already going to have these guys maxed out. So hey, if you buy a bunch of cards, we'll give you more of the cards that they'll probably just be sold. So I don't know, seems a little odd to me, but there's value there. There's definitely value there. We'll see how that impacts the value, how these cards hold their value going forward. So for me, I'm going to acquire both of these cards. I definitely know that. The question for me is just how. How are we going to acquire this? So do I want to go buy these on day one? Because there's an advantage to buying on day one. You get 3 times the leaderboard's points if you buy on day one. That decreases every day for 30 days until it is no longer in the store and you can't buy it anymore from the game. It's never going to be in packs. After this 30-day event, the only way to get it is to go buy it from other players who acquired it somehow. Is it best to just go buy on day one? Also get the value of the titles, the points, anything we get there? Or do I want to go buy it from the secondary market from people who bought it and are flipping it in order to acquire these points? I don't know what the market's going to do. I'm going to be kind of analyzing that, looking at it the first day, see how things are going. But I'm going to go get one of these, and then we're going to do some streams. So make sure you stop by my streams over on Twitch. We're going to be checking on these. I'm going to be using Batt a lot. I know we're going to see if we can have some fun combos with Waka, see if that worked out as well as I think it will. I think that's going to make for some exciting streams. But we're gonna stream there. If I get some subs over on Twitch, we'll give away some Darth Squirrels. Darth Squirrel, I'm now buying Batt. I'm using some of my sponsorship dollars from the channels to buy back Darth Squirrels to make sure those have value. So you can win some Darth Squirrel prizes that have some value. Have some fun. If you've got a Darth Squirrel, feel free to. You gotta come connected to the Discord. Join the private Discord. Figure out what's going on. But yeah, we'll be on stream with Splinterlands. We're gonna be streaming out of Alluvium coming up. There's gonna be a whole video on that because hopefully you already saw on Twitter. Their beta is going live. I've got a link for that where you can possibly get into the closed beta. We've got a couple first-person shooters for sponsor streams we're going to be playing. If you guys want to see me die hilariously, come stop by to watch that. But yeah, we're going to have fun streaming Twitch and check out this video. Or check out these new cards. Yeah, we'll have a video coming on them as well, how I'm using them. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I will see you later today playing with these cards. See you there.